Now that we have finished our business administration part of our Udemy course, let's go into finance. So, let's start at the beginning of finance, money. So, money is usually under currency. And what is currency? Currency is a system of money used in a country. For example, in America, the currency is US dollars. In India, it's rupees, and in Mexico, it's pesos. Now, let's understand what credit is. Credit is the amount of trust given to an entity or customer to make payments on time. You may have heard of a credit score before. This is an example of one thing that pertains to credit. For instance, it is important to have a high credit score to have a higher chance of getting loans approved and having more negotiation power overall. An important topic to understand is debtor-creditor relationships. In the relationship, the creditor is a party that expends resources that could be monetary or not to the debtor. The debtor is a party that owes these resources back to the creditor. There is a requirement that legally binds the debtor and the creditor. An example of this debtor-creditor relationship is a loan from a bank. So essentially, in a loan, the creditor is the bank and the party taking the loan is the debtor. Credit is important because opportunities like these do not arise or are not possible without good credit. Let's go over some other basic terms, but you can also learn how to apply for a loan in the written content for this Udemy course. Gross Domestic Product, or GDP. This may sound confusing, but the real definition is actually quite simple. It is the monetary value of all finished products in a country during a specific defined period of time. The growth in GDP over time is called the GDP growth rate, and this can be used to identify how well a country is doing as a whole. The ideal GDP growth rate is 2 to 3%. Growth higher than this only happens when a country is becoming a high-income or first-world country. At a growth rate of 2 to 3%, the economy is still growing at a faster rate than the population. So how do we calculate GDP? As you can see, the formula is C plus I plus G plus, in parentheses, X minus M. But what does this mean? So, private consumption plus gross investment plus government interest plus government spending plus, in parentheses, exports minus imports. In the next lesson, you will be going over investment plans.